let's finish up making pâte choux and make all these wonderful appetizers and desserts that the French like to make. I have my dough here that I've cooked on top of the stove, which was the butter, water, flour, and now I add the eggs one at a time. It's very important that with each addition of the egg, you get it fully mixed in before you crack the next one. If you crack in all the eggs, you won't be able to mix them all in. They have to be mixed in one at a time. And so to flavor this, to make your cheese pimiento dip, which the Southerners love on white bread, is usually flavored with garlic. So I have a garlic clove that I'm going to smush in here. And you know, when you never have to peel garlic that's going into a garlic press, it just squishes right out, and you get your fresh garlic in the pimento. And then I have some grated cheddar cheese to put in here, or you can do a mix of cheddar and Monterey. Whatever cheese you'd like to have in there is always good. We stir this in again with the Danish dough whisk. And then the other seasonings that make pimento cheese so delicious are cayenne pepper and Worcestershire sauce. So there's some cayenne for some zip, and now we'll put in the secret sauce, the Worcestershire sauce. Stir that in, and our dough is ready to go into the oven. As I said at the beginning, pâte choux means cabbage. So we want them to look like a little cabbage. And the best way to do that, to give them that little cabbage look, is to use a pastry bag with a fluted tip. So here is a disposable pastry bag, my favorite, because then I don't have to wash it, I just throw it away. With all pastry bags, you cut the bag to fit the tip. The tip goes on the inside. I open up. I like to make a cuff with the pastry bag, like this. Pop in the tip on the inside of the bag. If I haven't cut it enough, I can always cut the bag deeper so that the tip comes out about halfway through. And the fluting is more forgiving when if you've never piped before, used a pastry bag, a fluted tip is always a more forgiving design. It's very hard to make a plain tip look absolutely beautiful. The next step is you never want to put more in your pastry bag than you can handle in your hand. If you overfill your pastry bag, it's very hard to manipulate the dough when we want the dough. So that's about the right amount in the pastry bag. Now, food cut at the same size cooks at the same rate. So how do I do that? I have a piece of parchment paper that I'm going to bake on, and I'm going to make myself a guideline on how to do the size of our little cheese puffs. I fold it like this, and look, I now have a template for how wide to make the puffs so that they're all the same size. And what I do is I just take this and I pipe it to the edges, and I always leave a little space for it to grow because they have eggs in it, and the eggs will make them puff up in the oven just like a popover, and so delicious when served warm with all the zip from the cayenne pepper, the pimento, the cheese, and the garlic. We make cooking fun at Kitchen Conservatory.